What's up, guys? My name's Hugh Miller, and last week I put out a brand new fan survey on the homepage of my website. This survey contained 5 questions. There were 4 multiple choice, and then one, optional long answer question. And basically, I just wanted to know where people were sitting with Nancy Drew 34 and how they felt about the game so far, and about the marketing towards it. Just to get kind of an idea of how things looked. And I think that this information is actually quite important and useful to know right now, especially going into today's releases. Today is May 26th, 2023. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's supposed to come out today, so we'll see that as it happens. And most of these all these responses, were inputted before May 25th, which is when Her Interactive dropped the really big countdown timer. And anyways, all this stuff, these opinions might have changed since then, but as these were inputted, these are the answers that were inputted starting on like May 21st or whenever I posted the survey. And there's a lot of great answers here, so we're gonna go take a look at all those here. So the first one: how do you feel about the amount of content Her's releasing for ND34? 198 people said they felt that it was a good amount, which is great, because I think that there is a pretty good amount of information coming out. I feel it's like kind of walking the line of a bit too much, but I think it's pretty good. 22 people said they felt there was too much information coming out. 16 people said they felt like there wasn't enough, and then 23 people said other, and these are all the responses to other, and people felt that they wanted to just kind of elaborate. So yeah, on the border of too much, torn between good and not enough. I like it. I'm just really ready for a title, trailer, and release date. Good amount, but not the right stuff. There's a bunch of people that were kind of on the fence, and it was really interesting. There were people that, they may have said a good amount and then really wanted to kind of emphasize that stuff, or, vice versa with other responses here. So this is really interesting, and there's a lot of great responses here, so go check those out in the description if you want to get a closer look at everything. But either way, this was really interesting to see that about 76% of people that inputted on this survey, they felt that there was a good amount of content coming out, which I think is a fair answer, a fair response for sure. The next question: how do you feel about how much information, leaked or official, is currently available about ND34? So this is really interesting here. 65 people that responded to this, they said that they wanted more. They wanted more info. So that's about a quarter of the responses. They want more than what was already being shown. 143 people said there was a good amount, which is really sweet. So that's just over 50%. 19 people said this is too much. This is too much information. I don't like it. And then 11 people have already said, that's 11 people, that's 4% of the 259 responses that have said that they are no longer following simply for spoiler reasons, which is really interesting. I think it's so interesting that people feel that this is becoming too much, and they feel the game is being spoiled for them, and so they're just completely backing out entirely. I don't know if they're going to come back, later on down the line and say, oh, I'm going to just pop back in and see what's going on. But as of the time that these responses were recorded, 11 people said they are no longer going to be following the news updates, which is really, really interesting. And then other, 21% said other, so there's a whole bunch of responses here, which is really sweet. 21 people, not 21%, 8%. And so there's a lot of great stuff here. See above comment, I think that had to do with their response with another, or with question 1, so this one, yeah, anyways, I don't really care. There's some really great responses here. So I'd say go check these out. Again, if you want to read all these all the way through, go check these out. Link in the description. Question 3, how do you feel about ND34 so far? This one's really, really, really interesting. 12 people said that they are not excited for it, which I'm really curious about. And not everyone responded. There wasn't any opportunity for giving a short answer response, so 12 people said they aren't excited for it. I'm a little curious why and kind of where they're sitting, but either way, it's really interesting. Cautiously optimistic, 92 people said they were cautiously optimistic, which is interesting because that's not exactly the sense that I've been getting from people, but at the same time, it's probably best to keep that mindset, especially based on how hyped up Her Interactive tried to make Midnight in Salem, and then it didn't go that way. So I'm really curious, and I'm not saying that this is going to be the same scenario, but I'm really curious how this is going to work for this next game, and if being cautiously optimistic is going to be the best course of action. I think it's a smart course of action. 10 people said they're indifferent. It is what it is. 51 people said they're looking forward to it. 59 people, said they're very excited for it, and 35 people said, when can I play it? So this is also really interesting information just to take a look. So technically, I'd say I'm looking forward to it, I'm very excited for it, and when can I play it? These all kind of feel like they're a very similar category to me. So technically, a pretty large portion, over half the responses felt that they were looking forward to the game, and then the other less than half, they're kind of still a little bit on the fence about it, if not, in the other direction, which is really interesting. Question 4: what do you want Her Interactive to release next? There's a bunch of stuff here. So the first one, more characters. 7 people said more characters, 3%, and then 1%, 3 people, so they want more locations. So that tells you something right there. And then 72 people, this is the biggest one. Most people wanted a pre-order or release date to come soon. But there's an equal number of people that wanted a trailer and official game title. Mystery premise description, there was 35 people and 14% that wanted that, and there were 16 people that suggested other, but there's also a few people that said all the above, which is really interesting. I'm not sure how this one will work, but Her Interactive, we can talk. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of really interesting responses here too, which you can read. I think you can just read right here or download it again if you want. But yeah, there's some pretty interesting responses here. I love seeing these kind of pie charts that really divide everything up for you. And finally, the long answer questions. So there's a bunch of responses here, some really interesting ones. According to all known laws of aviation, there's no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway because bees don't care what humans think is impossible. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Oh, black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. Funny how that works, that they just start. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of great responses here. So yeah, again, all these will be up available on my website if you want to go and read through all these. I think for Her Interactive, I think this is going to be really interesting to look through, because I think there's some really fascinating and deep responses here. So anyways, that's about it. I just want to make this quick video. It might not actually be as quick as I thought, kind of covering the entirety of this survey. For anyone wondering what form data is, this is just kind of like the raw, unfiltered, unedited data from the survey. And anyways, yeah, so that's all this is, and that's it. What do you guys think about all this? After the news that's happened over the last couple days, what do you guys think about everything now? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.